I'm here again and I have another message. Y'all, we heal, we love, and we rise. Okay? Y'all, if y'all want a personal reading or anything like that, you want to check out my services, you guys, that is in the beginning of this slide. Okay, so check that out. All right, if you want to donate to the channel, that's somewhere in the mix. Okay, so just send that to Cash App. And if you want any of my services or want to support, email me, okay? Email me. And I do want to say thank you to all of those who have shown support and does show love and support. Okay, y'all, I love y'all so much. So we're going to get right into this, okay? So the message is don't force it. Don't force it and stop forcing it. Okay? If something don't come easy, it's not meant for you. Okay? If it doesn't come easy, it's not meant for you. Okay? Let things come to you. For example, if you get a feeling to like go to a certain store today, right? And you be like, and it just keep dawning on you to go to this store, go to this store, go to this store. And you ask Spirit, man, why you keep telling me to go to the store? And you end up going to the store, you end up listening because that's, God talking. So you end up listening because God is trying to lead you somewhere, right? So you go and you may meet someone, and that person, say for instance, for example, you were looking for a musician, okay, to help you with something. And you go to the store, God led you to the store, and you go to the store, and you meet this magician. Okay, musicians are magicians. All right, that's another message in the message, y'all. Okay, musicians are magicians. Okay, we already talked about that already. So, you meet this musician, and then you be like, dang, that's why God had me go to the store today, because I was going to meet you, and it's so crazy because I'm doing music, and I was looking for a person that, you see alignment? You get what I'm saying? So, yes, let things come to you. And what I mean by how, y'all know how that came was, guess what? The thought, like you got the download. God spoke to you, source spoke to you, your angels, your ancestors spoke to you to go to the store. So that's an example of letting things come to you. Okay? And y'all, you see how easy it came to you, the message, how easy the message came to you, and how easy you and the musician became aligned. Okay, so when you meet people and you be like, dang, that's crazy that blah blah blah, it was meant. Okay, things, you never know why certain be having you do, you get urges, like urges. Okay, what's another thing Spirit do? Like Spirit to send you somewhere, Spirit to tell you to eat certain foods, because you never know. Like, say for instance, you just crave a food, right? So when you craving a food, your body may need this particular food, right? Because you may be low on sugar, or you may need a certain nutrition that this certain food has. You get what I'm saying? So don't force it. Don't force things and stop forcing things. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. So another example here. Let me see. Okay, another thing. So letting things come to you. So if source is leading you to call someone as well with the same situation as the store, if source keeps, like, a person keeps popping up in your head, and source is like getting you to call this person, like call this person, reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out. Okay, and I'm gonna talk about this for a second, right? So, and this is gonna touch on the don't force nothing. So if Source is telling you to call someone and just keep, it's heavy on you, call that person, okay? Text that person. You never know why Source is telling you to text that person. Just text that person. So here's one or two things, right? So either it's meant for y'all to rekindle some things, or say for instance, something ended in a way where it was there, what's the word I'm looking for, it wasn't really settled, like the situation really wasn't settled in the sense of confusion, right? So maybe because I know that like sometimes me personally, right? I could be like, man, what if I looked at the situation wrong? What if I judge this person? What if I like judge this person? Not even judge the person, but like, what if I like misread this person, right? What if I, and sometimes y'all know how it be. Sometimes we have these questions, and so, say for instance, you could have been thinking about a certain situation, and sources could tell you to reach out to somebody, and they will confirm to you, or the person will reach out to you and maybe y'all end up arguing again. That's a sign. Okay, no, you did not misread the situation. No, you did not misread this person. No, you didn't. You get what I'm saying? So either source could be telling you to reach out to somebody to rekindle something, or source could be telling you to reach out to somebody, or allowing someone to reach out to you so that you can see the situation for what it truly is. Okay, so nothing is by coincidence. Okay, nothing is by coincidence. So that's another example, right? So let me see, because I wrote some things down. Okay. Okay. So remember, okay, so let's talk about, so that's, okay, so stop forcing, right? So say for instance, like what I just said, like if source is telling you to call someone, right, and you call the person and there's friction, don't force it. Let it fall. Let the tower moment happen, because it's not meant. Okay, so don't force things. Don't force relationships. Don't force nothing. If someone is disrespectful to you and you keep telling them don't do that, and you know, and they just don't have respect for you, let the relationship fall. Let it fall. Okay, don't force things. Do not force things. Okay, so another here is, y'all just bear with me, okay? Don't force it, okay? And stop forcing it. It's go hand in hand as well. Stop letting people, places, and things put things in your head. So what I mean by that, right? You know how you could just be having a conversation with someone, or someone walks up to you and they be like, you should do this and you should do that. You should do that's forcing something, because it's like, well, you gotta ask yourself, did I originally want to do this, or did this person put this in? Did this person put this in my head? You get what I'm saying? Did this person put this in my head, or did I personally want to do this? Did source want me to do this? Did I want to personally do it? Is this my heart's desire? Okay. So it's just like this. It's like when you're young and a parent be like, I feel like you should do. They feel like you should do this, not this thing being what's best for you, right? It's what they want you to do. Okay, it's not what you truly desire. So that's another thing. Stop letting other people, places, and things tell you what to do, how to do something. Just don't force it. Don't force it. Stop forcing it. Okay? Even if they're older than you. Even if they're older than you. Because a real successful person will tell you, I can't I can't tell you what to do. I can't, it's up to you, but I will give you some advice. Like, they will give advice. They won't tell you what to do, because real successful people, wealthy people understand that everyone has their own path. Everyone has their own journey. It is within you. They didn't get to where they were by listening to other people. If we sat and literally did everything that everyone suggested that we do you know some of the trouble we all could have been in? Do you know the paths or the roads we all could have walked down? Do you know the hurt and pain that we all could have, went through but dodged, right? So this is going to help a lot of you dodge a lot of situations, especially if you guys are young. And this is no shade to parents that's out there being parents. You know, if you are a parent, give your child an option, give your child a choice. Don't tell them what to do. Because just because you grew up to be a doctor, this is just an example. Just because you grew up to be a doctor don't mean it's meant for your child to be a doctor. Just because you had to slave when you were younger don't mean your child have to do that. You know? So it's all about our perception and how you perceive certain things. Okay? But just to understand that we all have our own path to walk. We all have our own path to walk. We all have our own purpose. So how can you walk down that purpose if you're busy listening to everyone else but God, but source, but you, but the inside, but you get what I'm saying? How? Okay? So don't force it. Let's see what else have I written down. Let's see, y'all. Yeah. If the God in you didn't tell you to do so, don't do it. It's nothing wrong with taking heed to certain things. It's nothing wrong with getting advice. But if the God in you didn't tell you to do something, then don't do it, you know? Always use your discernment. Okay? Always use your intuition. Always, even say for instance, someone do tell you should do this and you may feel like you need to do it. Use your discernment. Okay, if you are taking advice from other people and stuff like that, or you're not sure about something, use your discernment, use your intuition. Okay, ask source, is this, where I'm supposed to go? Should I do what this person is telling me to do? You know, say for instance, you have that question now. You guys, book me. Okay, book me. I do that. I have that service. So book me if you want to know certain things, whether or not you should do something, or, book me for that. I got you. So that's why we're here. What else, you guys? Rejection is protection. Okay, so remember we talked about how, okay, if you're calling someone and y'all bump heads, let it fall. Rejection is projection. Rejection is projection. Okay, rejection is projection. Okay, so what I'm getting from that, and I didn't mean to say that, but what I'm getting from that is rejection is projection is if someone is rejecting you or you're rejecting something, it is because it's not for your highest good. So projecting, whatever you're putting out into the universe. So say for instance, you want a friend that is loving and caring and respects you, right? This is just a ABC 1, 2, 3 little example. So say for instance, you want a friend that's very respectful and loves you and supports you, right? And say for instance, you actually have a friend and you've been putting this out in the universe. And say for instance, you have a friend and you're projecting this because you're putting out in the universe, right? So, but then you have a friend that's not respectful. You have a friend that's not supportive. You have a friend that talks about you behind your back, right? So y'all get into it. Y'all get into it because that's not what your soul truly desires. That's not what's meant for you, because guess what? You're projecting, putting out there that you want a friend that's loving and supporting and all this other stuff, but this friend isn't that. So y'all get into it. Y'all keep getting into it. So that's another example. Okay, so Spirit just told me rejection is projection, because whatever you're putting out into the universe, if that's not what you're manifesting, if that's not what you're wanting, then it's not meant for it to be in your life. You get what I'm saying? But rejection is protection as well, y'all. Okay, so rejection is also your protection. Okay, because you never know what someone is doing behind your back. You never know if someone, get out, I don't want you in here, and da 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 da. Rejection is protection, honey. Because you don't know what somebody's doing to you behind your back. You don't know what people saying, about you behind your back. If you having problems where you lay your head, if you having problems at your apartment complex, you having problems. Reason why you having problems, child, is because that place wasn't the place for you to be in the first place. Okay, so let me tell you. Let me tell you, honey, if you having problems, it is meant for you to leave that particular state. It is meant for you to go about your business, honey. Rejection is protection. Okay, so when we start looking at things differently and stop, oh, why is this happening? And da, 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 da. Understand that nothing happens by coincidence. And a lot of these things are just putting us on our path, putting us back where we belong, putting us on that right path. Okay, so it's up to, because you have to work with the universe, you have to work with God, so you have to listen. You have to listen to what God is telling you so that you can be, put back on the right path, so you can be led the direction that you're meant to be. Okay, so that that clean up, clean up, clean up, clean up. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna leave that message there. Yes. So I love you guys so much, and I'm out.